All right, and we're taking another look at the radar across the region just because, hey, we still have some showers and even some lingering thunderstorms across parts of the area. As you can see, not a whole lot of activity right now. We did have some thunderstorms just move out of our neck of the woods in the River Valley. Let's start with northwest Arkansas just to show you. There's a couple of these little lingering showers up near Bentonville and Rogers right now. Otherwise, not a whole lot going on in northwest Arkansas. The River Valley, though, has had a lot of rain over the last 12 or so hours. And you can see not a whole lot of activity right now, but it is just, super rainy down there the last several hours. In fact, some areas down there have actually experienced close to 3, 4, maybe even up to 6 inches of rainfall. We had flash flood warnings this morning. Here's a look at some of the locations with 48-hour rainfall totals. Fort Smith near 2 inches, just about near 2 inches in Fayetteville, and some other locations like Rogers close to 4 inches. So it's been pretty rainy out there, to say the least. And unfortunately, we've got some more rainfall in the forecast. Here's a look at what we got with those temperatures right now at noon. Pretty comfortable out there. Not a bad start to fall, as you can see. Right around the lower to mid 70s at noon. So, hey, we'll take those temperatures. It's pretty comfortable out there. It's going to be so for the remainder of the day. In fact, highs are only going to reach the upper 70s, lower 80s across a large portion of the area. Additional showers and thunderstorms will be possible once again this afternoon and evening, and we'll be watching those just because some of these may be strong to severe. And that leads us into our afternoon forecast just to show you that, again, some thunderstorms will be possible, but highs are going to feel relatively comfortable. Now, the risk that we've got for today is a 1 out of 5, and it'll be capable for maybe some storms with winds up to 60 miles an hour, maybe some hail up to 1 inch, and then there's a very, very low chance for maybe a quick spin up or two, especially the further west that you get. Not everyone's going to see this activity, so just want to stress that. Not everyone's going to see strong to severe storms, just like the last couple of days. There's going to be thunderstorms, and then there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 of these that spikes up to strong to severe limits, and it's not all that long-lived, so it's just something to be mindful of. Now, tomorrow, that is when we see a little bit better opportunities for some organized severe weather. So that leads us into our weather impact alert for Tuesday. Not today, it's for Tuesday. Some of these storms may be capable of large hail, maybe up to half-dollar sized, winds 60 to 70 miles an hour, and maybe an isolated tornado or two. So this isn't something that everyone's going to see severe weather. It's not the highest risk that they give, but because, it's fall, everyone's busy, school, activities, all of that. We just want to make sure that you are aware. Hey, we got an opportunity for storms. It's been a while since we've talked about a risk for storms, and we just want to make sure that you're not caught off guard by the activity. So tomorrow, 2 out of 5, like I said, it's not the most significant risk that we've seen or the most significant risk Storm Prediction Center gives, but it does include pretty much all of our area. And this does include, like I said, the risk for tornadoes, hail, wind, all across the board. So just something we'll be watching for tomorrow. Not everyone's going to see this activity, but it's just something that we want you to be aware of as we head into tomorrow, just so you're not busy and then all of a sudden some storms start to develop. So we're going to have 2 separate rounds. The first main round is going to be in the morning. So overnight tonight into very early tomorrow morning, that's when this first area starts to make its way into our region. The second round is by the time we get to mid-late afternoon tomorrow into the early evening. Now notice these little values in the reflectivity, these are looking a little bit more intense compared to that morning round. That's when we're going to be watching mostly for that severe weather risk. So by the time we get to tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, that's when we'll be watching for the severe weather risk. And that's when we'll want you to be kind of more weather alert for the potential for that risk. So now everyone's going to see it. Like I said, it's just something to be mindful of. And that's why we have that weather impact alert for tomorrow. And like we said, we've got some rain chances over the next couple of days, all the way through Wednesday. And then I tell you what, it's looking like a pretty good weekend ahead. It's just unfortunate that that was the weekend that, activities like what we had this previous weekend weren't scheduled for, just because that looks pretty close to perfect with those lower to mid 80s and sunshine instead of the all-out washout that we've had for most of the weekend.
So Arkansas Notre Dame looks pretty good.
It's looking pretty good. A little bit worried about the score maybe in terms of those numbers, but the numbers for the forecasted highs, those look pretty good.
Great. Well, thanks, Joshua.